What's the best classic Japanese off-roader? Is it a 30-year-old Daihatsu Rocky, or perhaps a 33-year-old Suzuki Samurai, or maybe it's a 42-year-old Subaru DL? Well, today we're going to find out. There's only one rule, and that is we actually have to be bigger than the vehicles that we're about to drive. Now, Daihatsu did something brilliant back in 1990. They actually moved the passenger seat so far forward that if you're, anything over like 5'2", there's no way you can squeeze in here. Now, you might be saying to yourself, why is that brilliant? Well, let me show you.
That's terrible.
No, it's not. Let me show you. Hold on, let me show you. Because now, when you get behind the steering wheel, this driver's seat actually does go farther back, so you feel like you've got so much more room. Isn't that brilliant? Now we're going to take all three of these up Cliffhanger 1.0 and see which one can make it to the top. It's going to be interesting because they all have issues. The Daihatsu, well, every time I roll over a rock that's bigger than a pregnant ant, it sounds like the Titanic hitting an iceberg. Nathan Samurai, God only knows what the hell he did to that thing, but it rides
Horribly! Painfully!
He says horribly and painfully. The Subaru, well, that is literally your grandma's car because, well, it belonged to a grandma.
Talk to me about how the rocky ride to drive.
This thing is wider than it is longer, and it's got actually a relatively comfortable ride for a vehicle that's, what, 30 years old. You know, Tommy, I mean, let's face it, your vehicle is designed for these kinds of dirt roads. I'm not sure how it's going to do when we actually get to a serious off-road test.
Well, I think it might surprise you because even though I don't have a low-range transfer case or solid axles or a ton of ground clearance like you and Nathan, I only weigh about 1,700 pounds. And I have fairly decent gearing out of a 4-speed manual, so this might be the underdog. Sorry, I almost just shot the videographer out the window there.
So how would you describe that ride, Nathan? What's kind of the best analogy you can make?
Take Cloud 9, marshmallows, soft cotton, and just about any form of comfort you can think of, and then think of the complete opposite of that.
I think one of the two Micah boys made a comment about my vehicle riding like a rickshaw.
That might be true. All right, guys, let me tantalize your minds with this. This vehicle is actually really close to a G-Wagon. Think about it. Independent front suspension like the new G-Wagon. It actually has kind of a hard-topish thing going on. It's really wide like the G-Wagon. And Roman's driving it because he likes G-Wagons. Now, check this out. This vehicle is a lot more like your first-generation Jeep Wrangler. And the reason why? We're talking about coil spring suspension, solid front and rear axles, very capable off-road, really awesome. And finally, Subaru WRX. You can't tell the difference between the two of them except for a turbocharged engine, independent four-wheel suspension and whatnot. But on the roads, this thing is faster than those by far.
Nathan, last time I checked, you're rolling on leaf springs.
Leaf springs.
I've got full independent suspension, so tell me, how is your innards feeling? Are they ready to be kind of recombined today?
I think I have lost weight and I can no longer reproduce.
You know, guys, before we go up Cliffhanger 1.0, I think we need to do our little berm test just to kind of get a sense of, you know, how good or bad these things are going to be off-road. So let's go up this berm at an angle and see which of them actually struggles.
Well, hold up.
What?
This is basically some people's driveways. We've seen the Samurai go up, we've seen the Subaru go up. It's going to be you and the Daihatsu that has to prove yourself.
I haven't seen either of them go up, so...
They've both gone up like 3
come
times.
on, just stop listening out. Go do it.
Oh my goodness.
Go do it.
It's like a driveway.
Do it. So unlike a G-Wagon, I don't have a front locking diff, a rear locking diff. In fact, I don't have any rear diff locks at all, but I do have manual locking hubs and a low range. And most importantly, I have this. A fire extinguisher, because there's a smell of gasoline that is a little disconcerting. All right, boys, we made it to Cliffhanger 1.0. And the question is, truth or dare?
Dare.
You want to go the hard way?
Oh yeah, tell me you do too.
Last time we did this, we broke a Mercedes. And these are older.
Yeah, but you know, come on. Your car's a lot like a Mercedes. We'll be fine. It'll be great.
All right, I think then the last thing we need to decide is what order. I think the youngest car should go first, then the next oldest, and then the very oldest, which is weird because I'm driving the youngest car, yet I'm oldest.
Yeah, that's by far.
By far.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm just gonna pick my way slowly through here. Come on, Rocky. Come on. Come on, Rocky.
That is not a majestic sight.
All right, here I go. Really ugly here.
Well, you got 2 options. It's back it down or give it all the beans.
I'm gonna try to give it all the beans. All right, one more time. All the beans. Here we go. Yes! Come on, Rocky! And there you have it. That's the way you do it. And nothing broke, thank God. Oh, wow. So, yeah.
Would you like to change your oil before you come down?
You know, I already did that about halfway up, Nathan, but thank you. Also, these brakes aren't great. Just letting you know as I'm heading right towards you.
So wishful thinking with this thing having coil springs. It really does have leaf springs and they're not great. But I do have a proper 4-wheel drive system. Solid front and rear axles. They're tiny, but they work really well. And I have really good articulation, the best out of these 3. And it's an old school system, so I have open front and rear diffs, no biggie. Because, once again, this thing doesn't weigh anything. It's just over 2,000 pounds with me probably close to 2,500 pounds. And going off-road in this is going to be a breeze.
Alright, so Nathan's about to go up Cliffhanger 1.0 in the Samurai now. It's a good thing Samurais are known for their lateral stability. Oh, wait, they're not.
Samurai, chop!
Alright, well, the camera went over.
Oh yeah, it did, didn't it? It's focusing on my manly tummy.
Alright, congratulations, dude.
Thank you very much. That was easy.
I
My Subaru has the best engine of the bunch. It's a flat 4, 81 horsepower. Nathan's Samurai apparently has an engine that makes like 95 Cheerios or something. The Daihatsu is cheating because it has fuel injection, a whopping 94 horsepower, and a grille which clearly
That's aerodynamic, Tommy.
is detachable.
When it overheats, you just take that out.
Grill shutters.
Now, unlike those two Barbie Jeeps, the Subaru is far more sophisticated. It's actually front-wheel drive 90% of the time until you go off-road. You pull the lever back, and then you got four-wheel drive, but there are no hubs to lock, there's no hubs to kind of mess with when it's cold and icy. You just simply flick the lever, and off you go.
Tommy, you've got one advantage, and that is you're really narrow and you can pick your line.
Yeah, but I don't have a low range or solid axles or a lot of ground clearance or good tires or yeah.
Dude, you have a boxer engine, and according to some company, that's like capable of going off-road.
So the little Subaru DL. I feel a little outclassed right now, to be honest. I don't have the low range of the other two. I don't have the articulation of the other two. Luckily, I don't have any weight. One out of power. That is not good.
You're stuck.
I don't know if we can modulate this enough. Okay, I'm giving it one more whirl here.
I think you need to back it up all the way, Tommy.
Oh, I don't want to take the momentum. I know I could, but it just isn't worth breaking this little Subaru.
You want to take one more shot at it, or you want to go up truth?
I'm gonna give it one more whirl and then call it a day. Foot to the floor. Oh man. I am officially defeated. Time to power up the easier side. It was a noble effort, buddy. Rocking though. Not that easy. Come on, car. Come on. Go. Oh, yes. Good job, little guy. Okay, well, I'm gonna get some criticism for that online, but I really don't want to break a 52,000 mile original Subaru out here. I'm sure with all the beans I probably could have done it, but it's just not worth harming it.
All right, boys, I think we not only had fun, but we proved something very important, right? And that is for $15,000, right? You can buy not one, not two, but three classic off-roaders that are as good, if not better, than many modern off-roaders costing twice as much.
Oh, easily. Easily, without a doubt.
Yeah, and we had a lot of fun out here. It's very reliable. Well, we have to get home.
Yeah.
But pretty reliable in these guys. Great day out on the trail.
Yeah, you know, I mean, what else can you say? $15,000, three cool cars. It's a win-win all around. Thanks for watching. Remember, check out what, Tommy?
TFL Car and TFLtruck.com for the latest and greatest in new and classic car reviews.
Now, I'd ask you, Nathan, which one you'd have, but you already own the... you already own the...
The Subaru is a close second.
All right, how about you, Tommy, for your money?
I really like that Subaru. It didn't do quite as well as the Barbie Jeeps, but
Yeah?
it still did pretty well out on the
Okay,
trail.
it's no longer a Barbie Jeep, it's a manly Jeep. Stop. It has feelings.
And if you're interested in your Samurai, it's for sale.
Yeah,
So,
it just went up for sale.
Yeah, info at tflcar.com, and it could be yours. See you guys next time. Ciao.
See ya.